It's Week 11 of the NFL.
And up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He got his reps in a week ago, over 400 yards through the air.
It's the Browns and the Steelers.
And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Cleveland Browns Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap as here are the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5" quarterback from Wyoming.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He's an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Allen's throw pulled in by Hopkins. Still on his feet. DeAndre Hopkins. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DeAndre Hopkins. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by someone who needs less introduction than any player in the league. A Super Bowl champion, the league's most valuable player for a second time, Patrick Mahomes.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. It doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And Cooks hands it over the middle. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. Cooks will come in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's now 3rd and 8.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Fielded just inside the 30. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Ball again on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Allen's throw is complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here, looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. To the air, Allen. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Breece Hall, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Mara, up and good. And it's now 14-0. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Short throw to Smith. Oh, a solid stiff arm. It's an open field. And past the 30 before he's out of bounds. pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Mahomes now to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers for Smith a week ago: 5 catches, 56 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Mahomes throw complete here to his receiver Brown. First connection there on the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Here's Jefferson. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland. Going to throw deep for the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
2nd and 9.
At the 13-yard line.
Now the veteran of a handful of teams, it's Chase Edmonds. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. Defensively, maybe a little too fired up there for a 3rd down stop.
Remember in preseason when we were going to camps and watching people, they worked on this, right? In the heat of the summer, still did it anyway.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Van Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are back within a score. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was all capped off by the Van Jefferson touchdown reception. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Straight ahead is Hall. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Hall again. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Allen. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Mike Gesicki, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ball on a give up the middle. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Allen now looks to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The kick by Marr is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. And now the Browns coming out on the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Mahomes now on first down. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Will Fuller, 26 yards. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. Throwing now is Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
A handoff for Hall. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, Allen's throw into the hands here of Hardman. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Thrown to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now Allen. And this one incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he is caught. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Henderson. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers are able to widen their advantage. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. He's got his target. That's complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Chase Edmonds as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. What's good on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Back to the air on second down, it's Allen. On the out route, he finds Hardman. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll give the ball, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Ball again on second down. Gets around him, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. Treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Mahomes. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
One of the league's best linebackers. He ended that play almost before it began. And the running back, absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's on the hot hand. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that's going to be caught for Browns. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, a 7-yard touchdown Brown. And the Browns have cut it back within a score.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit? And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
After after the touchdown. Lutz to kick it off. Kevontae Turpin now to return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun to give to Henderson. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters that are in that great zone in baseball, and they say the ball looks bigger when it's approaching the plate and they're smacking it around. I think for him, the windows to throw into are wide open. Doesn't matter whether they're tight or not. He feels like it's wide open, puts it in there. 4 touchdown passes. He thinks he's going to throw a whole lot more before this one's over.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. First down, Mahomes. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
It's caught left side by Colts. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. This one brought in by Jefferson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 5.
At the Steelers' 36-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5. Good enough for the first down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That will tip to it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. He's got 4. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up for the 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Hubbard. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jonnu Smith from 4 yards out. And the Browns have scored again in this 3rd quarter. This time to move out in front.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
The Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did. Okay. It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Gordon would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine. And you know something? They'd still be giving us advice.
Absolutely. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Here's a give to Hall. And he's got this down to the 35. 93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now whistles here before the snap, but it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Allen to throw it. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Mike Gesicki, a beast first in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right in a yard. From the 31, here comes second and a yard.
At the 31-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Short throw to Smith. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 48-yard line, here's second and a yard. And he whips that one incomplete there.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the counter, this is Hubbard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Here's second and 7. Jefferson moving in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Sam Williams bringing him down that time. Now a second and 10.
Second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
For the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 for the 26. Henderson running straight ahead. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support. And I think the way that he gets there is he understands what the offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2. Allen. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. He may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. 1 yard is the gain, and it'll give the Steelers a first down. On the draw, this is Henderson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Allen. Straight ahead is Hall. And a solid run down inside the 30.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The kick by Maher is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by a field goal, 1:11 to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Mahomes. Short throw to Smith. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Mahomes to throw it. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. And the spike comes here, and that stops the clock at 25 seconds. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now out come the Steelers. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know, from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
First throw of overtime for Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And how about that? So many times the big play is what does it in overtime. They got one there, move the ball past midfield, and now you know they're on the move, looking to score the game-winning touchdown because a field goal won't finish the game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, Henderson. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. They run once more with Henderson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Allen now on 1st down. His throw complete right side to Bates, the tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get himself settled because...
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six, and I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Browns, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.